At Higginbotham, we put people first. Our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
All right, Banties, welcome to a very special interview. We are so excited to welcome a dear friend of the USA Softball Junior National Team program to the show today. Sam, do you wanna tell the people the bio and who we got joining us today?
Aspen, do you want to say hi first before I tell everybody how
Hi.
awesome you are? There she is.
Hi, guys.
All right, Aspen, sit tight because we have quite a long list of things that make you so cool and exciting, and we can't wait to dive into more. But our friend Aspen was a member of the first ever U-15 women's national team after being a top performer at the 2022 national selection event. Pretty cool. What a strong start. In 2023, you were the MVP, most valuable player of the WBSC U-15 Women's World Cup. And then in the Pan American Championship at the 2023 event, you had the most stolen bases, the most runs scored. You're like, I just can't help but being on base and moving around them. And not only that, you have kind of a history of being pretty good in that your mom was a legendary softball player at Florida State, Hall of Famer. And your dad played football at Florida State and was drafted to the NFL in 2004. So, Aspen, like, it just seems to be in your blood to be
Maybe.
Halo, I don't know about you. I read this and I feel like I see a grown woman's bio. Like, you've accomplished so much already.
Yes, that was actually going to be like my first question to you, Aspen, is like, what has this whole process been like for you? Like, do you feel any sort of pressure because of who your parents are and the legendary career that they have had? Like, does that affect you at all? Or are you just like, I'm doing my own thing and I'm absolutely crushing it?
Yeah, well, a lot of people are like, oh, well, yeah, she's good. Her parents are like she's got great genes, but I don't really like see it like that. Or some people are like, oh, she's gonna play at Florida State, or she's gonna, pitch and stuff. Like, my mom, she had number 99, and when I was little, like, that was my number. But then I was like, I want to make my own path, so I like picked a different number. Like, I want to just like be myself and do me. So that's like the path I try to stay on. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's so sweet. And it's true. I like what you said too about like, if you do well, like, well, of course, like her parents were good at their respective sport, but so what, right? Like, you got to work your tush off, and it seems like you're doing what you got to do to be out there and perform. Softball's not easy.
Right.
So I love that. And I feel like we've seen each other at HPP events, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm like, I remember you, but like, I don't know, do you remember me?
Oh, yes, trust me. It's hard to forget you. You're amazing.
Oh,
okay, we're gonna need to take a quick 5 because I'm blushing. But tell us a little bit about your experience going to these HPP events.
So I was like really excited because there's not a lot of competition in South Carolina where I'm from. So I got to go to Texas. That's where it was, right? Yeah. And I got to, play against the best, and basically put myself against other really good softball players so I could see where I ranged at. And I was proud of my performance. And then I ended up doing well, and I made the team, and it was amazing. I think it's like it's a really cool program to have an opportunity to play on the USA team. I know a whole bunch of other sports don't get to do that, so it was amazing.
Yeah,
I would love to know, like, the first time you put on a USA jersey, like, what did that feel like? Because I vividly remember, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I vividly remember pulling it out of my suitcase in like Italy or somewhere crazy, and I was like, oh my Lord. Like, just like jaw on the floor. Like, did you have a similar moment, or what was that like for you?
I got this, so I came home from school, and this huge box was like on the kitchen floor. I was like, what is this? And my mom was like, I knew it. I know what it is, but I let you open it. And so I opened it up. And so at the time I was a catcher. So a whole bunch of gear, a whole bunch of like USA stuff. And then I saw the jersey. I was like, ooh. And it's like nice, thick, like nice uniform. I put that thing on. I was like, let's go. Like it just felt like so much like a super hot, like a superhero when they put on their like suit. It's like a
That's a great way to describe it, and I think I'm gonna steal that from you. That's a phenomenal way to describe it.
Like straight up Captain America. I mean, at the end of the day. You guys, can I tell you a funny story about the first time I got my USA uniforms? I never in my life hang up clothes in a hotel because I'm like, I don't know, but I got the jerseys. I'm in West Virginia. I hang up my jersey, they're USA jerseys, you know? We leave West Virginia to go to Ohio. I did not pack the jerseys. I left them hanging in the hotel. And I remember I'm like, Sam, you made the team 20 minutes ago. I don't know why I'm on the phone with myself. You made the team 20 minutes ago and you forgot your jerseys in another state. So I remember wanting it to be so special, like hang the jersey.
Yes. Then you left it.
Look at it and then and I never hung it again.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
Was that
10-day tryout, Sam, that we had from West Virginia, just in the Appalachian Mountains? What a fun
I'm just like, there they are. They're hanging up, looking pretty, and I'm leaving them behind.
It's unbelievable.
I did the same thing. My first practice when we were in Peru, I was so excited to have my stuff. We were in the bus. We got there, and I left my glove in the hotel in my suit.
Oh no!
I like put it in a separate book bag so I could have it on the plane and not under the plane. And I left it, and I was like, "What am I gonna do? This is my first practice. I'm not gonna be able to show who I am. I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I'm gonna sit the bench. Like, what am I gonna do?" Oh, so bad.
I don't think they would punish you for just forgetting your stuff.
No, because I was like, I don't know these coaches. They're gonna make me run. Wait. Yeah. What am I gonna do? So I used coach's glove and that thing was brand new and I was like, oh my god.
No. Well, now when you get to college, you're gonna be like ready to rumble. You're gonna be like a pro at this point because you played in Peru and you played in all these places, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, what's it like going to, different places outside of the country? How's that been?
It's been amazing. Like my first, I would say like I like Peru better than Japan because the food there is like really good. But the one bad thing is like we couldn't drink the water because it was like wasn't like, good.
Yeah.
But it was really cool being able to like see different places in a different point of view. Like whenever you go, like whenever you tour different places, you go as a normal person. But like when you're wearing that USA shirt across your chest, people look at you differently. And then like you also, it's like a first class seat on a plane. It's a plane that's like even better. So it was amazing being able to, see all these places on Team USA. Like that was amazing. So
yeah, just like where you may or may not have ever gone before, you know. So and you're all just playing softball. That's my favorite part. Everybody's just speaking the same language of college life,
Yeah. Did you guys get a chance to interact with any of the other international teams that were there? Like, did you make any friends from other countries?
We did a lot. I want to say the first time in Takasaki City because we were all in the same hotel. And we were the other times, but like it was a big hotel and it was like a big old. So there was a whole bunch of space. So we would like meet up. I remember we want to meet up with like Team Italy and Sam was like piercing her ears and we were just like all like talking. We were like, so what's it like there? And there's like a couple of girls who speak English, so they're like translating what we're talking about to like their teammates and like we're talking and stuff. So yeah, it was amazing.
That's so cool.
It makes me think of like our trips. Like you guys are getting these experiences that Halo and I started to get as adults, or in college or after. And are you 15 or?
Oh yeah, I'm 15.
You are 15, right? Yeah. You're 15 years old and you're getting these life experiences that are so cool and memorable and will be with you literally for the rest of not to be dramatic, but the rest of your life, the rest of your days.
It's so crazy. Is there anything, Aspen, that you feel like has like really translated over to your your career where you're at now in terms of like school ball and travel ball that you learned while being with Team USA?
Question.
I want to say the pitching is like totally different. And I like the adjustments you have to make at the plate with not only each team, but like each style of pitching, like Japan's pitching. Remember the first time I was so overwhelmed because I'm like, I don't have time to decide if it's a ball or a strike. I just gotta throw my bat out there and hope the ball touches my bat. Like it's like the velo's different. Oh, so it's like we will play like a team like Japan, and then we'll get slower pitching. So it's just like the adjustments I had to make playing with Team USA is a lot more extreme than high school ball. And I look at now, I'm like this is easy. Like this is so comfortable now because of what I had to deal with playing with Team USA. So
that's awesome.
That's an amazing perspective, because you touched on it a little bit when you were talking about the difference in competition going to the national event in Texas versus maybe like where you play at home. And I think that it's a really cool mindset that you have. You're like, I want more. I want to be challenged more. I want to go and compete against the best. And that you're not sitting and you're like, well, if you're the best in your area, you're like, you know what, that might be great, but that's not good enough. I want to keep going. Is that kind of what you tell yourself or how you feel?
Yeah, I always see like there's always room to get better. There's always room to improve. So like whenever I got that chance to go play against the girls in Texas, I'm like, yes, like let's go. I want to see what the other, like the rest of the world has, because at that point I was new with my travel team, because of the travel team I'm with now, we travel a lot. But before, like I was more local, so I was eager to see, you know, what everybody else has. So
yeah.
I can't imagine, like, I'm hearing you like talk and go through all these things, and I'm like, I cannot imagine having this opportunity at 15 years old. Like,
yeah,
it was overwhelming for me to play Japan for the first time when I was on the junior team and I was 19 and I already had a full season of college softball under my belt. Like, for you to be able to get these experiences now, I just think is going to set you up for so much success down the road, because, and you leaning into that and embracing it is a lesson that I don't think a lot of college softball players playing now understand.
Right.
It's like you're putting yourself in these challenging situations and you're continuing to grow and learn and develop, and you're already one of the best young players that is out there. And for you to be able to like, no, like, give me more, challenge me more. I just nailed my mic, but like, give me more, challenge me more. Like that's so cool. That's so cool for you to have that at this age. It's just absolutely awesome.
I thought you were going to say like, I can't believe you're 15, because that's where like,
I can't. I feel like I'm talking to a grown woman right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
15. So speaking of, you know, college and everything, do you have goals that like, do you have a dream school? Do you have, I mean, you also, if there's anything that you're like, want to keep on the down low, you can just tell us when we're done recording. But no, I'm just kidding. Is there anything like, do you have goals in that manner?
I mean, no, I don't have a dream college. I get that a lot. I don't have a certain college that I'm like my mindset on. I'm really open really to any college. So I'm excited whenever that time comes to see what the Lord provides for me. So
I mean, I love that. I think that there's a lot to be said about having an open mind. I remember someone asked me within the last few years, they're like, was LMU, like me, I went to Loyola Marymount University. When they asked me, was LMU your dream school or did it become your dream school? And it became my dream school. Like I met the coach, I visited the campus, and I swear it was like a movie. I walked on the campus, I thought, this, you know, this is it. And then the more I learned about it, the more the dream appeared in front of me. So I think that you really open up yourself to so many opportunities that you may not have seen if you were like, this is the school that I'm going to, and there's no exception.
Right. Yeah. I hear people's opinions about dream school, whatever, but like schools can change, coaches can leave. Like that's the thing for me. Like I want my coach to be like, I want to be really familiar with my coach. So whenever I meet like that school, I want to be comfortable with my coach. So if I have a dream school and then like something happens, it's going to like throw me off. So it's probably really broad, you know?
Yeah. Good to think about.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, you can always lean on your parents too, because they went through the exact same thing, right? Like, is there anything like advice wise that they've given you that you feel like has helped you in your career and getting you to this point where you're at? Do they offer you advice or do they just kind of like let you do your thing?
A little bit of both. They don't really well, yeah, a little bit of both. Like my mom she's like, every time she gives me advice, she's like, it was different back then, but because she's like,
Yeah.
things have changed like dramatically. But she will like be like, make sure your attitude's amazing. She's like, I know your attitude's good, but I just make sure like you're always happy on the field. Da da da. Like, but I mean, it's not really. It was really different because she was a pitcher and I'm not a pitcher, and she always says like it's very different from today's ball. So there's some things she can help me with, but there's also some things that are different because there's like different rules and different, you know.
That's cool that your mom recognizes that it's different because I think a lot of parents don't, but when your parents play at a high level like that, they understand and they see things from a different perspective. I remember my dad played college baseball and it wasn't anywhere near like as good as your mom was. And I love you, Dad, because I know you're listening and watching this. But I remember my dad, like I remember my dad having similar conversations with me, like what you're going through is not what I went through, but like here are just some little tidbits of advice that I think might be able to help you. And my dad always told me like you can listen to this or you cannot. Like at the end of the day, like your choices are your choices. I'm here to just kind of help, you know, be the bumpers in the bowling lane. You know what I mean? Like I'm here to keep you from really going off the rails, but you're gonna do your own thing. And I remember feeling so empowered because of that. Like it helped me play so much more free because I wasn't playing for my parents. I wasn't playing to please them. Like I was playing to have fun and because I loved it and because I knew that I could go to them if I had a good game or a bad game. They were still going to love me just as much and they were still going to be totally relaxed and kind of, you know, like you're going to get through this, whatever. You got a hard day, whatever. Like keep going. And I think that's all you need in parents. So that's really cool to hear.
I can't bumpers in the bowling lane.
The bumpers in the bowling lane.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
And you can't force somebody down the bowling lane either. You know what I mean? Like you just gentle steering. That's all we need. We don't need like a slang them down there, you know? Just gentle steering.
That is so sweet. And I love that. And I'm hearing it from you, Aspen, where you don't feel that pressure either. I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but it sounds like you've been like encouraged and just kind of like grow as you are, not as maybe like an expectation put down on you from your parents who were elite athletes.
Yeah. Like I have three brothers. Like one of my brothers, well, he's in sports because he's young and he's like, it's good to stay active, but like he's not into sports like our other siblings are. So like, and he's not forcing. He's like, if you don't want to play sports, like that's okay. And that's one thing that like for me, he doesn't force, like my dad doesn't force all my brothers to play football because he played football. Like he's like you do what you want to do, like what makes you happy, that's important. But if you're gonna do that, you gotta be committed. And he's like when he starts talking about like commitment and you gotta work at it, you can't just show up and expect to be good. Like you have to actually, that's more of his more like.
I love that. I'm coming
that's
over.
amazing.
I'm just like, Halo and I, we're gonna come over in matching sweatshirts just for like a dinner with the fam, if that's cool.
Sounds good.
We
didn't plan this, by the way.
No, we did not. We didn't.
Man, I should have worn mine.
That's okay. Well, you know what? When we hang out at dinner, you will all match. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
I love hearing stories like that. Coming from a kid, coming from someone who's in it right now. Like you're going through all the things that we talk about and that we try to guide people and give advice to people. And you're sitting here literally going through it. What are some things that you like to do, maybe that aren't related to your sport or maybe that aren't related to school? What are some things that you get enjoyment from outside of all that?
Great question.
I mean, my life is pretty full of softball, but like trying to think. I like to be outside, I like fishing, I like getting my hands dirty, like I like doing that type of stuff. Like crafting, baking in the kitchen. Like I like doing things actively. So I mean that's kind of me. I like being active, like doing things. Like if I were to, I mean, not choose one thing, but like one of my favorite things to do is like, you know, those like obstacle courses that are really high in the trees. You put like your helmet on and then you like clip your things to
Yes.
Yeah, like ropes courses?
Yes, ropes courses. I love doing that. It's so fun.
No wonder you're so athletic. I mean, you do have great genes, but like for you, like if you're just out here doing ropes courses, that's awesome.
Like, oh, just, you know, whatever, just casually going through and doing this. Ain't no thing.
Yeah.
How fun. That sounds, like you said, you like to do things. I think that's really cool. And you're already doing so many things. Like, what did you have any downtime in Peru or Japan to maybe do something?
There was actually a lot of downtime in Japan the second trip, and we did so much that day. Like the day was full of we went to this really tall tower and saw like the whole city, and then we went to that one like lab thing.
Oh my gosh.
It was amazing. Like it was absolutely amazing. Like
so cool.
it's the experiences, you know, like you can buy things, but you can't buy experience. Like you experience things that, you know, you can't really do here where you like in South Carolina. So it's just, you know, things that like that make memories.
I'm like sobbing right now.
I know.
Like we had these, I went Aspen, we had these experiences, like everything that you're talking about. We had these experiences when we were like in our 20s.
Oh my goodness.
And I say when we were in our 20s, like that's just hilarious. But like it's the fact that you're getting this is just, it's so awesome. And I think it's just a testament to how USA softball is run and the opportunities that they're giving kids like you, like through the HPPs, through the national teams, just to be around, make themselves better. And as we wrap up, you know, I normally ask our guests if they have any advice to their younger self. I'm going to kind of like flip this a little bit. And if you could talk to yourself when you're, let's say 30, let's say you're 30 years old, like, where do you see yourself at 30 years old? What are you doing? And like, who are you?
Love this, Halo.
Let's see. Like,
take your time. This is a good
Take your time. It's a lot.
It's a great question.
30. Hopefully I'm married. Hopefully.
Okay. Good start.
I wanna like be in like real estate and an investor. I want to invest in like either real estate or like hopefully buy businesses. So that would be amazing if I was at that point.
Amazing.
You know, to just my dad, he's an investor, so he teaches us a lot about this stuff and like investing in the stock market so you can have cash flow and income. So I don't have to work like for money. Money works for me. So I know like I can be free and make, like, my dad's all about making memories. So I can make memories with myself, with my husband, with my kids. So that would be amazing if I could be at that point at 30. So
I've learned so much today. I'm going to call the stock market. Hold on. I got to make a call really quick. Hello, stock market. I need to invest.
Buy some Bitcoin.
Buy some Bitcoin. That's amazing. Hopefully you use all the money that you make as a professional softball player, Aspen, at some point to invest in all this real estate and in the stock market. I had no idea where that answer was going to go, but I definitely didn't expect that. And I just think it's like, you are the most mature 15-year-old I think I've ever been around.
Thank you.
Amazing. Absolutely. Like me at 15, what a dork, number one. But yeah, what an amazing answer. That was so cool. I also have one wrap-up question, and no pressure, but I'll take this away. Other than Haley McClenny and Sam Fisher, who have been some of your favorite softball players that maybe are USA players or pro players? Who are some of your favorites that you've met?
That I've met?
Because I feel like, you know, at these HPPs, you have different athletes that have come through, and then meeting people with traveling for the U-15 team. And if the answer is just the two of us, you can say that too. Like, it's cool.
Well, I definitely met you at HPP.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were fun. You were like, I think you were my coach for like one of my games or a couple.
For sure.
Yeah. And your personality is amazing. That's why like you're so great for like this podcast, because the way you just like run things, it just makes me feel so like happy and like warm inside, you know. So oh my goodness.
I'm sobbing again.
I promise to all the bantees listening, I wasn't intending for that answer to just be like a compliment fishing, but now I'm so happy I asked it.
Oh my gosh.
Probably, I got to meet Coach Kelly whenever I was playing in Tokyo. She's amazing. Like, I met her at HUP and she was so intimidating. Like, I did not want to go near her. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I thought like I miss one ground ball and she's gonna like rip my throat. Like, she's just gonna. Oh, she's so intimidating. And then I got to meet her and she's just absolutely amazing. Like, just her personality and like she's intimidating, but she's intimidating, but she's really not. Like, she's an amazing person. So
100%.
Yeah, and she'll be in the locker room with us and listen to us and laugh with us. So just getting to meet her was amazing.
That's cool.
We're big Kelly fans too.
Yeah, if Donald Duck was a person with a mohawk, I feel like that's
Kelly.
Yeah. Well, Aspen, we're so appreciative of your time. Thank you for sharing with us. We are like so excited to continue to watch you and see where your softball career can take you.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be mentioned in this podcast. So
thanks for hanging out with us, Aspen. You're in the club now, girl.
Yeah.
Like Halo and I feel a little cooler because we got to hang out with you, like that's where this is at. And we'll just see you at dinner at your house.
Absolutely.
Great.
Can't wait. We'll come with our cash ready to invest in the stock market.
That's right. I'm gonna liquidate some assets to invest. Thanks, Aspen.
Yes, ma'am.
Team USA has brought me opportunities that I never thought would happen before, and I'm super humbled to be able to represent my country.
There's so much talent in the United States playing softball right now, and we want to see the game continue to grow and prosper and develop.
I want to develop not just men, but women's softball as well.
I want to see more girls like me playing this sport.
I just hope one day that I could be somewhat mentioned like a Natasha Watley to help this game.
I just remember watching everyone in the Olympics and you guys just representing this country. And for me playing USA softball, I just want to do the same.